feeling real cool. Yeah, I'm from the A, so I'm leaning and rocking. Snapping my fingers, then reaching for my repping my block. Straight from the dick. When you snap your fingers, shout it, got a jerky neck. On the best, we don't that mess. I bet you can't do it like this. Yeah, I'm back to the track, back to the snap. 1, 2 step, then gotta lean back. Yeah, this is how we do it in the A time. And if you ain't know, this is how it goes down. Hey, snap your fingers, do your step. You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey, snap your fingers, do your step. You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey, hey.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Green Bay Packers. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys ready to get this one going. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from Lambeau. Nice little juke. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. The quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense.
Will Ryan with a rookie from UCLA. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Richardson. And the Packers get him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Defensively, really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept them short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So now it's the Packers' turn to go on offense for the first time. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get runs with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Shamar Stewart. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Here now, a 3rd and 20. They'll set up a throw. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got a Bengals first down as he gets this up to about the 42.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
Straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 40.
And Richardson back to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down at 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. A good run there on first down, and they'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Dances by him. And he'll get it on a couple yards shy in midfield at the 48. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, they're able to get to here and get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running backs in.
We're trying to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Martinez. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
At the 19-yard line.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
They often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And It's now a 7-0 game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Now ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And they'll keep leaning up. It's on the ground. And this is going to be Packer football. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain. And this isn't supposed to line up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Hands it off out of the gun. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And it's fielded at the 34. A beautiful fake. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's 4. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And inside the journey before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
At the 18-yard line.
It's Franklin.
Number 20.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and
Up the middle they go. Joyner. And he's able to get this inside the 10 down to the 9. Gone an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
3rd and 1.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
First and goal
drive so far, they just wanted to keep it going. So they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains.
And a second effort gets it in. Touchdown, Packers. It's their quarterback. Already his second touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Bengals, nothing.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Richardson looking to throw this. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And it's third down.
Here's Richardson to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd and 8.
Back to throw. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Sherrod Stewart in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match. And maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Ready to go on offense, out come the Bengals. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
It's a 40-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
QB sneak, Richardson. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
A gain of 1 yard.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talked about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
46-yard line.
Now it's Richardson. He finds his man complete. It's Barrett. And maybe he's just shy of the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down, Cincinnati.
Now they'll run on the ball. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Now Richardson. He finds his man, complete. That's Barrett. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Richardson looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First and goal, Cincinnati.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Well, the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Second and goal. At the Packers 7-yard line.
Now they'll run on the ball. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Richardson now on 3rd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked and multiple players broke through the line to get him. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Packers with a football here late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring him second down.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up second.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Halftime coming up. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try to help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Good footwork at the 30. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
It's a gain of 3.
Back to throw here. He'll try and do this himself. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Now when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
He's got it. It's Escobar. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
41-yard line. 8 yards on the
handoff up the middle. Franklin. And he'll get inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Hilton. He's home here. Pick up of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
At the 31. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
Now again, right side. It's Franklin. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
15-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up. And the ball is knocked out. And the Bengals have recovered it.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking the lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
He'll look to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Shamar Stewart able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now a handoff up the middle. Franklin. And nothing doing here is this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get a ball in the end zone.
4-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
Richardson's pass.
That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 42-yard line.
From the shotgun, Richardson. Going for the deep ball. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a not pull it in. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2 and only got 1. 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
They see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Here is 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw here. Now he's going to step up and run. There he goes right side. He may go. Touchdown, Packers. So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped and taken in for the touchdown.
I love how you use the word fortuitous there because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
This won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Down at the 33-yard line. A 2-yard.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. QB sneak Richardson. He's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that had started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
A pickup of 2 yards. And a Bengal 1st down.
The tight end in motion right. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Having a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. But winning by multiple touchdowns, they've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Under pressure, and they get to him again. It's a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Guys with his talent in the pocket conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach got plenty to say about this game.
Out of the gun now on third down. Wow, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll run on first down. It's Franklin. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
On the play. 2nd and 10. At the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw. Completes it to Coleman. This offense so far on third down, they've had good success. 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. He finds his man complete. That's Martinez. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got it. It's caught. Packers touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? Not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Richardson working from the gun. And he's going to be dropped forward to pick up a 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
That's good.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Bengals.
Back to throw. Richardson. Quick hitter complete. It's Barrett. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
At the 47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Handoff running for the middle. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And backs it away and falls down incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Being just just short of midfield. They decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get it down. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
2nd and 9.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. They'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Drop the throw. And he's going to call the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. And room there to work it inside the 25. 71 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
It's Franklin. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
At the 22-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
Oh, they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of the season.
So for the Packers, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.